Hi, Rob and I are here today to do a little bit of cooking in the kitchen. Rob, today we're focusing on men's health.
Yes, we are.
And in particular prostate.
Prostate health, yeah.
Something that affects so many men.
Yep.
Tell me, what are you going to cook today?
Okay, so today what we're going to cook is a basic wholemeal spaghetti with some chopped tomatoes, olive oil, basil, garlic, lemon and red onion.
Great.
It is so simple.
Is it? It's a pretty straightforward. It's very few ingredients, isn't it? So it should be quite easy.
And we're making the most of all these lovely summer ingredients.
Yeah.
You know, cherry tomatoes are so cheap at the moment and they're in complete abundance and they're deliciously sweet and flavoursome. So we're going to make the most of those and we're going to obviously use a lot of this fresh basil that's coming into season.
Do we use enough herbs? Because I think we often don't put enough fresh herbs into food, do we? Isn't it something to be encouraged?
Yeah, definitely. They just taste, they really make the difference to every dish when you add a real fresh herb. And they're a nice addition. I mean, nutritionally, they offer a little something.
Yeah.
So it's just
but it enhances the flavour.
It's more about the flavour. It just really enhances the flavour of the dish.
Okay, I'm going to let you get on and cook. So I will disappear over here out the way and be back when it's looking almost ready to eat.
Taste it.
The best bit. That's the bit I look forward to.
I know.
Yeah, Rob, over to you.
Okay, so to make the dish, what we're going to do, I've boiled up some pasta, some wholemeal pasta, and that's just sitting on the side, ready to go into our sauce once that's cooked. So, I'm just going to set our hob on. So the first thing we need to add is some olive oil. I'm not going to be shy with the olive oil, so we probably want to add about 3 tablespoons. I mean, this dish is quite low in calories because this is the only real sort of calorific ingredient that's going into it. So I'm just going to give it a big glug. Okay, and whilst that's heating up, what I've done with our cherry tomatoes is I've just chopped them in half. I've finely chopped the red onion, and I've done the same with our garlic and the red chilli as well. So the first ingredient in is our red onion. And we're also going to add in our garlic and our chilli. We're just going to cook that quite slowly because what we want to do is soften it up, but we don't want to discolour it or cook it too much. So just going to turn the heat down to medium and just start moving this around the pan. So we are going to be talking about prostate health a little later, and tomatoes have come into, they are often associated with prostate health because of their content of lycopene, which is an antioxidant. So we'll talk a bit about that later. So we're just going to wait for our onions to soften up. As I said, this dish is also quite good if you're trying to watch your weight a little bit. I think the calories per dish, per serving, are about 350 to 400. So it makes a great dish if weight loss is your thing. It's also rich in fibre, which is really helpful if you're trying to lose weight. So it keeps you a little bit fuller for longer. So our onions are starting to soften. It's been about 3 or 4 minutes. So the next thing we add into the pan are our cherry tomatoes. I've used a whole punnet, so that's about 250 to 300 grams of cherry tomatoes. And what we want to happen, we need to stir them for about 2 or 3 minutes. And what we want is for all that red colouring to come out of the cherry tomatoes and seep into the oil, so the oil will start to turn a really lovely orangey colour. What you don't want to do is to have your cherry tomatoes all go to mush. So we want to keep them to still have a bit of a bite on them. So as I said, about 3 or 4, 5 minutes should be enough to get to that point. Okay, and whilst they're cooking, I'm just going to grate in a little bit of lemon rind. This kind of balances out the flavours a little bit. think you need to do about half a lemon. As I said, this dish probably only takes about 5 minutes to prepare once you've made your pasta. So in the evening, it's super quick dish to make, especially if you're out working. Okay. Just come in, you can see that oil is starting to change colour slightly, which is great. So all these lovely cherry tomatoes are starting to turn our olive oil a lovely sort of orangey colour. Okay. Okay, so into this then. We're going to keep the heat on. And I'm just going to add in probably about 60 grams of dried pasta per serving. So this was 120 grams of dried pasta that's been boiled. I'm just going to turn our heat down and just drop this into the pan. You don't really need to worry about being hot because it will heat it up once in the hot oil. Great. So I'm just going to stir this through. Okay, so we've got our dish here. And into that I'm just going to add some of this lovely fresh basil, and it really makes the difference to the dish. And you're always better tearing this rather than chopping it up because it bruises quite easily when you chop it up. So we'll just take quite a few. Okay, there we have it. Wholemeal spaghetti with cherry tomatoes and basil. Great.
Wow, that was
Super
incredibly fast.
Really
It literally
fast.
was about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was actually timing it as we were filming, and that really is a 5-minute dish.
Yeah.
And God, it looks gorgeous. And unfortunately, you can't smell it. I can, and it smells amazing. And I'm really looking forward to eating this. So, in our next video, we're going to talk a little bit more about the benefits of diet and prostate health, avoiding prostate cancer as well, because trying to really get men to think about what they're eating. I know it's a tough challenge. I've got one at home that, you know, as much as I explain it, it goes straight over. So we will then talk, as I say in the other video, about really how we can actually get men to think about the future as much as if they've got a problem.
Yeah, and we'll think about how some elements of your diet can play a role.
Okay, great. So this is the cherry tomato with wholemeal pasta, literally 5-minute dish.
5-minute dish.
And I'm looking forward to eating it now. So thank you, Rob.
Thank you. Thanks, Tracy.